This is Tank's Vlog for September 29th, 2017, wrapping up today in sports. The end is near for the baseball season last weekend, and the Yankees are hanging in there in the division battle. The Red Sox magic numbers won, but the Yankees won and the Red Sox lost today. Second straight loss to the Astros. Astros got their 100th win today, but did not gain ground on the Indians, who remain ahead of them for home field in the American League. In the National League, the Dodgers lost, so overall, number one could still go to the Indians. So there are a few battles out there. Rockies, they got a win today. So now they only need one more win or one more Brewer loss, and they'll wrap up the last playoff spot that's available. So everything is basically decided except for a few things. And it's not. I wouldn't say this has been one of the most thrilling Septembers in baseball history. Maybe a lot has to do with how the Mets were an epic failure this year, but this has been a dull September when it comes to baseball excitement. Giancarlo Stanton did hit number 60 today, but that's about it. The true thing that was of note today was the college football weekend began a little early. And what do we get? We get a major upset as Washington State stripped Sam Darnold of any hope of winning the Heisman, at least for now. Now, Sam Darnold could have a big rebound and turn things around, and if he has a great rest of the season. But as of right now, the Trojans are struggling. They were 4-0, but now they're 4-1. And really, they got fortunate. They've had some good fourth quarters, but Sam Darnold has not had a great season so far. And finally today, it caught up to them as he couldn't bring him back. And the Cougars now, the Washington State Cougars, time to start taking them seriously. They're 5-0. And while Washington gets all the attention, it could be one hell of an apple cup this year, especially if the Cougars are able to keep this going. I don't remember a time when both the Huskies and Cougars were both this good. So it's going to be some definite excitement in the Pacific Northwest this year in the Pac-12 Conference. As for the rest of the weekend, let's take a look at what's going to happen. I did my six-pack picks today, brought to you by MyBookieAG, where you can get in on the action, MyBookieAG. So let's see. I have my six-pack picks, and so far, if you wanted to get good advice for your picks, probably want to go opposite what I'm picking. I went 2-4 again last week against the spread, 4-2 straight up. And overall this year, I'm 10-14 against the spread and 16-8 straight up. We start off in the SEC. Mississippi State went from high up here after their win over LSU to looking like they didn't even belong on Georgia's field last week. Now, truth be told, they're probably somewhere in the middle, but I don't think they're a good road team. They're an 8-point dog going into Auburn, and it won't be as ugly as it was in Georgia, but I like the Tigers to win that game by 10 points and cover that spread. I'll take, so of course, always check below for more detail and have a link of my picks. Big 10 comes to Piscataway this week. Last year, Rutgers got crushed by the Buckeyes in Columbus, 58-0. Now, this is interesting because Greg Schiano, who was the best coach in the history of Rutgers football, comes back. He's now defensive coordinator of Ohio State, ironically taking the job departed by Chris Ash when he went to go coach Rutgers. Rutgers will do a little bit better this time. They'll score some points. Ohio State 58-10. It's another blowout. Rutgers just never have gotten to Big Ten. They are an American Athletic Conference team, which was basically the Big East. That's where they belong. That's what type of talent they have. They are just in way over their head in the Big Ten. Big 12 Conference, Oklahoma State last week. Very disappointing performance at home. Lost to TCU. Now, I'm not going to give up on the Cowboys. I think they're still a quality team. I think that we just didn't realize how good TCU was. I see Oklahoma State bouncing back with a strong road win against Texas Tech. ACC showdown. Clemson's had the best defense so far, showing that they are going to hold on to that national championship as long as they can. I wouldn't be surprised to see them back in the Final Four. But I think this week's going to be a struggle for them. Virginia Tech's a very good team themselves. The game's in Blacksburg. I think Clemson wins the game, but I think the game is a nail-biter to the very end, and I take those 7 points that Virginia Tech has, and I run with them. I wouldn't be surprised to see an upset in this game, but I'm taking Virginia Tech and the 7 points. Now, last week, Alabama just absolutely humiliated Vanderbilt. I see them rolling again. Take their 28-point favorites at home. I see that happening. I see them crushing Ole Miss. And in the Pac-12 late game, I take Oregon. They're 16-point favorites over California. I think Oregon has just way too much offense, and I don't think Cal will be able to keep up with them. So I'll take Oregon to 16 points. Today's 3 stars are Masahiro Tanaka, who had 15 strikeouts in the Yankee win over the Blue Jays. Ryan Zimmerman, who went 4 for 4 with 4 RBI as the Nationals beat the Pirates. And Luke Falk, who outgunned Sam Darnold with 340 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to lead the Washington State Cougars over USC. Today's birthday shout-out goes to a man who's been on the football field and in jail almost as much as anybody, Pac-Man Jones, who turns 34. And our birthday, and we'll take a look back at Barstool Sports at the last hit of Roberto Clemente, hit number 3,000. We take a look back at his life, his legacy. Now, just 3 months after getting this milestone, he died trying to send rescue efforts to Nicaragua. So check out the story of Barstool Sports and the Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.